Welcome back to Daytime. Chicken is always a favorite when it comes to backyard barbecue family gatherings. But how can you get the most out of your chicken? Chef Vito Clemente from Tavola Bistro is here to demonstrate how to butterfly the chicken and get the meat away from the bone. So this will be interesting. I've never done this before.
Okay.
And you, as a chef, must have done it a million times.
Many, many times. It's actually quite easy once you get to know the anatomy of the chicken. So again, you can have some fun with it, right? So you can buy chicken, and if you buy 2 chickens, that's dinner for 4 for a couple of nights.
And also, is it more economical to buy it with the bone in?
It's cheaper because it's worked less, right? So the more they butcher it elsewhere, the price goes up, right? So then the cost of a chicken, you're looking at between $13 to $15, $17 for a good sized chicken. And then if you start buying the breast separately, the legs separately, it just adds up. So then if you add all of those things together, the chicken now is worth a lot more money, right?
Absolutely.
So again, if you learn to do it yourself, it's a little bit cheaper, but it's more for versatility and stuff. So.
All right, let's see how this is done.
So I'm gonna do a couple of different things. So when you buy a chicken, you want to find a good sized chicken. You can use Cornish hens. They're actually easier because they're smaller. They cook a little faster. But this is a good average sized chicken here. We're looking at about maybe 3 pounds of chicken. So there's options how to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to debone the chicken first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to split the chicken from the back, so then we'll have a butterfly chicken, so you can put that on the barbecue. It's more for aesthetics and fun, so you can put it on the center of the picnic table, and everybody just kind of goes crazy, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
So now the bird has sections, right? So we want to take off the wings, right?
I'm just going to move this table, or this plate out of the way so that our viewers can see.
When you're deboning chicken, you're never going to go through bone. You're going to just go through cartilage.
Okay.
Okay, so it's that easy.
Right.
So then you come here and you're going to remove the legs from the breast, right? And then just a quick
pop it open.
Pop it open, and there's no bone there. So now that comes right out.
Okay.
So now we have the legs, and now we have the breasts, right? So now the breasts, you want to follow the backbone. You're going to work from the inside of the backbone, okay? So then you're going to come down, and you just follow the rib cage all the way until you find the other connective tissue, which is the wing.
So that's the key, is to avoid the bones the whole time.
Yeah. So you're always going through connective material. You're not going through the bone. So that's, your supreme, or we call it chicken supreme, with the bone in.
Okay.
Sorry, the winglet only.
When you leave that in, does it make it juicier after you cook it?
This part here.
Yes,
right?
okay.
Yeah. So we're going to move the other part of the breast. Come this way. And again, just through the cartilage. And again, you have now the breasts.
I can't believe how fast and easy that was.
This here, you can use for these and these. You can have dinner, wings. This is good for chicken stock, right? So out of 2 birds, you can get yourself a couple of liters of chicken stock. To remove the legs, just pop, again, only through the cartilage. Just follow it. You're not going through any bone, right? See, cartilage.
Wow.
Right? So again, that would be part of the chicken stock as well. So now we have legs and the breasts and chicken soup.
Chicken soup. So how long do you cook this in order to make chicken stock?
Chicken stock between 3 to 4 hours, simmering slowly, skimming the top, removing the fat, and then you got good homemade chicken stock. So that can make you a nice good couple of liters right there.
That's a great idea. So easy.
So, and then there's options. Now we can when we can clean the leg by removing some of the connective tissue that's here, right, or the tendons. You pull down the meat down. Oh. You can scrape that off, and it pops right out, like that. And then you cut down through here, and then you have lollipop chicken.
Oh, that's how they do it. That's amazing.
So make sure you cut down up to the tendons, right?
Yeah.
You want to remove the tendons, which are right in here.
Right.
Okay. So then the meat will shrink down, right? So you can actually foil paper that, right? Barbecue it, put in the barbecue, and you cook them like this, like this, like that, right? And then when you eat it, you're not having those sticky chicken fingers.
Right.
So that you're holding the bone or foil paper, you know, and you just can eat it like that.
And it looks fancy.
And that's it. That's lollipop chicken. And then you got your thigh. So you can roast your thigh separately. You can do your chicken separately, you know, and that's how we go.
And what about butterflying the breast?
Butterflying the breast, well, butterflying the breast, we can do it this way. So you can remove the bone. So now we have a chicken wing right there. You remove the skin.
Okay, so if you were just going to barbecue it whole, you don't need to remove the skin, or would you?
You could.
Okay.
The skin will catch on fire, right? It will burn, right? Because the fat. So you always want to cook the chicken first from the skin side up.
Okay.
Never skin side down. So then it releases the oils. It starts to tighten up the proteins, and then you mark the skin.
Got
the last
it.
part. So when you butterfly your breast, open it up, come down.
Nice and easy. And why would you butterfly it? Is it to make it last longer, stretch it out to more people, or is it to cook easier?
Cook faster,
Cook faster.
less cooking time.
Yeah.
You have options you can stuff it.
And we're going to have several options when we come back,
So-
because you're going to show us different rubs and seasonings so we can make our chicken extra tasty. We have more with Chef Vito when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back to Daytime. Chef Vito Clemente is here with different seasonings for chicken to help you create your tastiest backyard barbecue this summer. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay. Well, the first section we talked about breaking down the bird. This time here we're just going to try to keep it as whole as possible, but we're going to be breaking it from the back, right? So we have options. You can use a sharp knife, right? We call the French knife, and you score down the backbone, right? It's right there. So either you can kind of go right through, because remember, we're only going through certain parts of the bird, which is just connective material, not really going so much bone, because if you go right through, you can see that we're still kind of going through all the connective material.
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable with the knife,
Scissors.
right? So you go, and then you can just cut, right? So again, scissors are a wonderful, wonderful product, a wonderful tool to use. So now we just have to break it down a little bit more. So again, either you go with the scissors, you cut down there, or you just go, you split that, try to break down the backbone.
Okay.
So now we have a butterflied or split chicken. Okay. So now you can break that in half. Now you have a half chicken, right, on the grill. Normally, if you do for Cornish hen, you can do it a whole bird like that for one person, because they're not that big. But that's what we would do.
Okay.
So now, when you're marinating the chicken, so I'm going to just put that here.
Sure.
When you're marinating the chicken, you can do it in a Ziploc bag, right? Or you can just do it in a bowl. Always remember that if you're going to do this version of the chicken, you want to cook it this side down. So always the bone on the grill.
Okay.
Always the bone on the grill. Let the heat radiate into the bone, because then the bone starts to bring in the heat into the chicken. So then when you do your final flip, it's only going to take a few more minutes, right?
Great. And you said it's that part that can catch on fire is the skin.
With the skin, because all the oils. So you want the oils to kind of come out, and if it radiates and some fire comes up on the bottom, you're only just going to get it down on here.
Right.
Okay. So it's not a big issue.
So what kind of seasoning and sauce are you going to make?
I like herbs, lemon for chicken. You can use your barbecue sauce if you want, but we're going to do a nice little lemon dressing.
Nice and fresh for summer.
So we're going to start off with a little bit of mustard.
Okay.
We're going to add a little bit of garlic. We're going to add a couple of pinches of chili flakes.
Gotta have some spice.
We're going to now add a little bit of thyme.
Do you prefer fresh or?
Fresh is always best. If you use dry, you just got to be careful, because it can overdo.
Okay.
Right? A little fresh oregano or tarragon would be good in here as well. some lemon juice, some canola oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, whatever you want to use, right?
Oh, it smells
Some salt,
good.
a couple of cracks of pepper, some good OO, right? Olive oil.
Yes.
We give that a stir. And that you can pour on top of your bird, right? And then you just marinate it, baste it, you know, and then have some extra on the side.
Like.
Okay. And you have extra on the side, right? So you have a nice little lemon mustard flavor with the infused with the thyme, oregano, tarragon, you know, savory, whatever you want to use. Rosemary. I like using thyme. Gives you a little bit more floral aromas to it.
Okay, so my question would be, now that you've made this beautiful sauce, would you let this sit if you had time, or would you prefer to marinate it and let all of it sit?
This is pretty much ready to go.
Okay.
Add it to the chicken, let that, you know, sit there. So I would, you know, put this on top of the chicken and just let it sit, saran wrap it, put it in the fridge, you know, an hour, you know, half an hour, whatever. And then have yourself some of the sauce separate. So when you do your final flip, you kind of want to just baste your chicken a little bit so you get a little bit more of that aroma coming back out.
Okay, so tell me, how high heat would you want your barbecue in order to cook this chicken?
This one here, medium heat, right? Medium heat, so then it radiates, so then the oils really come out, so you're not really getting all that flare up, right? And you get all that carcinogen, you know, taste of the grill, right?
And let's say that you're planning your barbecue and it's pouring rain that day, and you say, I'm going to put this in the oven instead. Can you cook this in the oven, and how would you do that?
I would still cook it so this would be different, right? I would broil it first. So I would put in the oven just like this. Instead of putting it down on the grill, I'd be facing it like that. So then let the heat radiate down on top of the bone, so all the juices start to, you know, pool in.
Yes.
Then you do your final flip, and then you get like the nice color on top.
So rain or sun, you can have the tastiest chicken this summer. Thank you so much for being here today, Chef Vito.
Thanks.
And that's our show. Thank you to all of our incredible guests for stopping by, and to you at home for watching. I'm Denise Merrick, and we'll see you next time. I love that. This is so beautiful.